chiama AIRJ. AIRJ is the Associazione Italiana Ricercatori in Giappone. So it's the National Association of Italians doing research in Japan. Andrea SANSICA is the vice president, coordinator. And he's from JAXA also, not space but aerospace, but we like him anyway. So please.
Thank you, Marco. So yeah, thanks for to the embassy and Francesco Cannito, Marco Casolino for having us. Yes, as Marco said, my, let's say, everyday work, I work at JAXA, but today I'm here in my role of the AIRJ coordinator, and as well as introducing briefly what AIRJ is, I just want to give you an overview of what activities, especially in space, our researchers do in academia with research centers and also a little bit in industry. And yeah, concluding with maybe some ideas to strengthen the partnership and the role of researchers in Japan and Italy, again, with a specific focus on space collaborations. So AIRJ, Association of Italian Researchers in Japan, as a non-profit association. It was registered in 2019. We have members across Japan, and they come from both academia and industry. And our objectives aim at facilitating integration of Italian and Italian-speaking researchers within Japanese research environment. We promote exchanges, collaborations between the two countries, and we try to disseminate information about fundings, and we try to support the recipients. And of course, we also often organize scientific and cultural events. Starting from a point of view of academia, these are just some examples of the universities both in Italy and Japan that are involved and have large number of diverse types of agreements, including student exchanges and double degrees. But yeah, there's a lot of researchers that also participated, join our associations that come from, let's say, this kind of scenario. In terms of agencies and research centers, I mean, today we have seen many of this, the collaborations between ASI and JAXA on Earth observation, space science, transportation, propulsions, and so on. And we have seen CNR and INFN and ENAF collaborations with JST, NRJ, and JAMSTEC. So different topics and different disciplines. We also, some of our members join and collaborate and are active in these fields. But also from an industrial point of view, if you join this kind of events, you will see that, for example, a few weeks ago at Nihonbashi Space Week, I just put some of the startups or companies that came there. There's always a very strong interest and motivation between Japan and Italy to collaborate. I'm a strong believer that we are more similar than we think on many different aspects. So it's always nice to see. And yeah, on the Japanese side, I put just a few examples, but some about 15 Italian nationals we count in this very important and relevant now space agencies and space companies in Japan. In terms of talent flow from Italy to Japan, we count a large number of researchers that both come for both STEM and humanities studies here. The other way around, there's more focus on humanities. So one of our missions as an association is we would like to increase also the talent flow the other way around from Japan to Italy, and with a bit of focus on STEM. And yes, our mission is following. So of course, there are already standing programs like the MAECI Study in Italy program or the JSPS fellowships that promote exchanges. But yes, some additional ideas that could be, so in Italy now that there are some mandatory periods that you have to do abroad. If in Japan was the same, then it could be a good opportunity for Japanese students to go to Italy. And we as an association, we try to organize webinars to showcase Italian academics and their activities, so that it attracts some talent from here, and they could spend some period of time in Italy. We have JAXA and we have ASI. It could be, and here also as a kind of bridge, we could think of doing some co-funded PhD students, PhD programs, or summer programs, internships, this kind of things. And yeah, so if you're interested in our associations, our activities, or in general to have some contact between Japan and Italy, these are our details, contact details. So please don't hesitate to get in touch. And thank you all for your attention. And I hope you enjoyed the networking session.
Thank you, Andrea. Any questions? Now, since you are running a bit late, as Andrea suggested indirectly, we should probably skip the Q&A session, unless there are some questions that you want to pose to the speakers, and go directly to the networking session, which means food. That's then you can have networking in the proper way. So this is also the Embassy of Italy. So I would suggest that we can close the session today for the National Space Day. Thank you very much to all the participants. Thank you very much to all the speakers. And of course, there will be follow-up by email and so on. But now let's get to the real business. Thanks a lot.